In John chapter 1, verse 14, John writes, "And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory, glory as of the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth." Today I wanted to talk about this description of the glory of the Word that John gives. This glory is described as glory as of the only Son from the Father. Think about how God reveals himself and makes himself known to us, and these ways are described as glorious. One way is through his creation. Psalm chapter 19 verse 1 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork." Romans chapter 1 verse 20 says, "For his invisible attributes, namely his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly perceived ever since the creation of the world and the things that have been made." Now, we can go out on a starry night and look up into the sky and see its vastness, or we can go to the mountains and look at the grandeur of the majesty of the mountains and sense the majesty of their creator. Or we can look out on the ocean, whatever your taste is, and you can see the beautiful blue and look out and as far as the eye can see, just see water. And all those things just create within us a sense of wonder, and those things reveal to us the glory of God indirectly. So how much more so whenever Jesus is described as having glory as of the only Son from the Father. Whenever God reveals himself to us indirectly through nature, how glorious that is. But how much more in the person of Jesus Christ. We've read this many times. Hebrews chapter 1 verse 3. "He is the radiance of the glory of God and the exact imprint of his nature." So in all those things where there's an indirect revelation of God, and then in Christ Jesus we have a very direct revelation of God, how much more glorious is that? And then this glory is described as Jesus Christ, the Word, being full of grace and truth. And this truly is a glorious thing. We tend to think, or in observation of people, this leaning one way or the other, but very rarely do we see a combination of grace and truth. Typically, people that are very gracious, have a gracious disposition, may have a tendency to compromise the truth. Typically, people that have a strong reliance upon the truth forsake grace and show contempt to others. So how wonderful and how amazing and how glorious it is that in the person of Jesus Christ we saw and see and experience grace to the full. Grace upon grace for sinners, and yet without compromising truth. Jesus did not soften his message. He did not compromise his message to show grace, but he still taught truth in a very uncompromising way. So hopefully with these things we see John's description of the glory of Christ, and we can meditate upon how rich his glory is. Thank you.